Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Stalker of the Week, which is the King of Cups. If you're new here, you do not know what Stalker of the Week is. It's a collective reading I do on an energy that kept showing up in some way or another for all the signs. I pull out that energy and or the card. It shows up as a card, right? I pull it out, and then we dive into it. Do a more in-depth reading where we look into the message that may show up. So it's a collective reading. It's a almost personal reading. It is whatever you want it to be. Take what resonates with you, leave behind the rest. Never ever force it to fit if it doesn't. And if you like the content, please like the video. I would appreciate your support. And this one here showed up a lot in the all signs you versus them. I'm just going to dive into it. Because right now I can't really tell you if it's another person and in this reading here, or if it's actually something profound going on within yourself that has to do with, okay, it's like a spiritual change being a profound change within. In this case, it has to do with your emotional state, your emotional maturity, the way that you speak about your emotions, the way that you assert yourself and your emotions. The King of Cups to me is a typical therapeutic energy, right? He's my therapist, because this is someone who thrives on helping other people, like a therapist. Meaning that this is a person who it's a person, right? It's someone who actually it's meaningful for them, and they're doing it from a good place, right? And they know what they're doing. So that's why he's my therapeutic card as well. Someone who is kind and really wants the best for you when he shows up as that. So it's a good friend as well, right? But let's see how he shows up. I'm gonna start by pulling this. Showed up in the reverse. Alright, I'm just gonna go with it. What's wrong here? Something's wrong. I'm just gonna go. Right, we had growth and it showed up in the reverse. Weirdly enough, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And when I asked what's wrong, I had abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Guys, you just bear with me here, right? Please bear with me throughout this reading, because I'm gonna go with the flow here. See what shows up. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. This is going to be very, very interesting. Because is this something here to... This is something here to do with also setting up limits. And when I speak about limits, is that... Remember when I said that the King of Cups is someone who wants to help other people? He's my therapeutic energy, because a therapist knows that they have limits as to what they can do, and they can also say no. That's one of the most important things we gotta learn in our life, I believe, when it comes to emotions. It is to learn our limits. It says here that I am a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality in terms of abundance. Yes and no, right? Yes, you are limitless. But as long as you are in your body, you do have a limit, right? It's almost as though you may feel a stagnancy in what it is that you're manifesting, but it's actually happening. It's happening spiritually. Alright, we're just gonna go here. What is up with this here? Conclusions are within reach, and don't let pride get in your way. This is going to be really interesting. Conclusions are within reach. That means that something he has not fully manifested, but it is on its way. Let's quickly look here in the monology. I'm gonna throw out the tarot, don't worry. I'm just really curious here. I'm trying to set up the context, which is always difficult when we're dealing with a court card, right? Full moon eclipse. Full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you pull this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is to reach a peak, or it has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. What you are experiencing now is what your soul signed up for. A way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving something for someone for what they did could be the key to resolving this situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it right what they did, but it releases. The energy here, so you can move on. Attune to the moon with the mantra, that which is meant to me will not pass me by. Doors which slams shut now will not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track, and forgiveness will set you free of karma. Seed control and let the events unfold, and yoga, meditation, whatever may be recommended now. It's about climaxes, right? It's about being in the uncomfortable, that when a door slams shut, maybe if you say it's supposed to be that way, and in this case, for instance, it could be unrequited love, right? It could be an unrequited love situation, but it's just not, there's a limit to it. There's no growth in it, right? There's a limit to your love. But let's get moving here. Let's get into the reading. 6 minutes in. It's about releasing oneself here. Finding the abundance. All right, let's see. What is the situation about? What is the situation about here? It is about the Ten of Pentacles. There we go. It's about the Ten of Pentacles. It's about the abundance. It's about the long-term goals that you want in your life. What is it that you want? What do you envision for yourself when you look forward in terms of, that energy where it is that you want to go, your end goal, so to say. What do you want? I think it's a very relevant question to ask oneself, to ask ourselves once in a while is, what do I want? Am I on the right path? We cannot know if we are on the right path if we don't know what it is that we want to manifest, right? It doesn't have to be like fixed. It can be a little bit floaty, but you could say, I want to be happy. How do I recognize happiness? Well, it means that I'm smiling at least 90% of the day, or I don't spend 50% of my time in stress. You can set limits to it, right? Let's see. What do we have underneath here? There we have the Starborn. That's so interesting. Starborn showing up a little bit twisted. The Starborn is about being on the right path. The path that you were born to, right? The path that feels natural, let's say like that. The path that feels natural to you. How does it feel natural? There's not a lot of resistance. That's it. If the doors are slamming shut, then there's a resistance to that path. It doesn't flow naturally, right? Of course, there can be ups and downs, and there can be challenges and conflicts. We grow from conflicts. We grow from challenges. But if it's too much of a struggle, if it's stressing you, if it's pulling you down, if it's lowering your vibrations, then maybe that's not the right path. Maybe then, I'm thinking here about the Neptunian energy, the hanged man here. Then it's about, taking a different approach to a situation. It doesn't mean that maybe you have an end goal that looks a particular way. Maybe it doesn't mean that if you know what that end goal is, and if that doors are shutting in your face, slamming in your face, it's not a way of saying that maybe that is the wrong goal, but maybe the path there is maybe not working here, right? Yeah, because it's like something here is not. It's not coming full circle here, right? The box here. There's something here also about a traditional way that things are keeps getting in the way. But let's see. That's what it's about. Let's see the challenge here. All right. The challenge is the Knight of Cups in the reverse. With the Empress, the Queen of Cups there. There's just not enough growth. There's just not enough growth here. Sorry, yeah, there's not enough growth, but there's a disappointment. That's the thing. Sometimes people and situations come into our life, and we believe in them. They come with a heartfelt invitation to which we believe is meant for us to go somewhere, and then we are disappointed. That's what the Knight of Cups in reverse is about. It's the lover boy. It's not the passion. It's not the fuck boy. It's the lover boy, lover girl. You know what I mean. It doesn't have to be in romance. It can just be, you know, something that you hoped for. It's your hopes and your dreams. That's disappointing. And the challenge here is to take care of your body. What? It's about listening to your body. For some of you, yes, there could be a pregnancy included in this, right? It could be. And that, but doesn't necessarily have to be a child. It can just be a project or something that you would like to grow. But it could, for some of you, yes, it is, because it shows up with the body here, right? The body. There's a strong feminine energy here as a challenge which a feminine. It's almost like accepting changes to the body. I'm thinking about trying to because I can sense the energy, but I'm trying to find an example of how this energy can manifest in 3D. The first thing that comes to mind is that of accepting changes to the body as we age. And then also because the female energy, I don't know if I should go there, but you know, the female energy, that of carrying children and having things going on in the body for some of you could be relevant about those changes, right? I'm not going to dive into it, but it's just this challenge here is a strong feminine energy about being able to sense with your body how situations are affecting you. Yes, for some it could have to do with pregnancy, but for others of you, most of you, I think it has something to do with that your body will always try to tell you when things are not all right. Stress, for instance, is something we feel in our body. I'm not seeing the stress energy, but well, who knows, maybe you're learning about recognizing the signs of stress in your body, or recognizing when you are tired or worn out by, for instance, chasing an unrequited love situation, and then learning when not to chase, right? Yeah, when it's better to just walk away. Well, let's see here. All right, I want to see what happened in the past. Past energy again. There's something here that's been difficult for you to disconnect from. We could have to do here with an on and off situation here. On and off, something that you may have, where were you in this? You were moving fast forward, but your environment here was not responding as, like, if you were waiting around for some sort of a communication, it didn't really move forward. It's like you may have been wanting to move into some sort of a wish fulfillment here, right? It didn't really happen. So emotionally you may have gone back into another situation that may not have been beneficial for you. It's more fantasy here, right? And that then leads to this sort of disappointment. For some of you, you know, this King of Cups, it's almost like this King of Cups is like I keep getting like a therapist going through this here with you, or trying to help you through this. Or it's like some sort of nice, yeah, all right. We're just gonna let it flow here. What do we have there? Some of you went home. You went home to the familiar place that you know, probably where you also grew up. It's almost like returning to an energy that has always been within you, but you may have forgotten for a while. Like a key, a core aspect of you, and now you can reconnected to that, and you reconnected to it probably by going home. And it's like being with the family, being with people who've known you for a while, or just being in a familiar place here. It is actually now enabling you to reconnect with yourself, I want to say. For some of you, you are I almost want to say cleansing yourself from a sort of disappointment. It was like crying, getting it out of the body. I don't know what that body there is about, but there is something here about a growth that didn't happen. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I feel that that's where you're going, but you may be blocked sometimes. But it happens. This is strong feminine energy that's re-emerging here. It could be within yourself, most likely, right? You can be a man, and it's still about your feminine energy be re-emerging, the kind of nurturing your creativity, your receptive energy. All right, let's see here. What can you control in the situation? Whatever this is. What can't you control? Where are you going? Whoopsie. This is the weirdest thing. All right. Dear Lord. So what you can control is Five of Pentacles. I'm gonna tell you more about that. What you can't control is the Six of Swords. You can't control the way other people think, or the way other people move into different mindsets. What you can control. Let me dive into that one. That's how you view it. Of course, as I always say, it's more than that. It's more than that. Yeah, yeah. You can control the prey and the Five of Pentacles. This is the weirdest combination. Whoa. All right, this is heavy. It is a temporary energy because it is the Five of Pentacles, right? It is about being left outside for the time being, but having faith, right? Having faith in that the way that you manifest whatever it is that you pray to, whatever belief system you have, right? It's gonna work out fine. You can control the way that you sometimes get disappointed in other people. Maybe you believe too much in other people. You give people too much, I want to say credit. You give them too much significance. Careful not to place your own idealism, your own belief systems onto other people. Just because you are in a certain way, maybe you are a very, very, very kind person. You give freely. And maybe you expect other people to do the same for you. You can't always expect that. But then you get very disappointed in other people that they are not willing to give as much as you are. And that is where we go back to this about setting up boundaries, that you are a limit being. You have limits because you wouldn't become so disappointed if you didn't have limits or you didn't have expectations, right? So what you can control is actually, again, I can't get into that. What is that? Oh, it's because it's your mentality of lack. And what you can also control here is how much you give of yourself to support other people, right? Praying for other people. I think it's beautiful to pray for other people. It's beautiful. But you can't, I mean, you see, that's the thing, when you pray for other people, you kind of give it up to the universe, saying, let you deal with this. Sorry, not that you deal with, but saying, I see this person going through something. I would like to be there. I know I can't control the situation for them. I can't be there the way you can, whoever you pray to. And then you give it up like that, right? and then you do what you can do, but without you taking over, or without the situation taking over your life. So right, so that's the limit here. It's about knowing our limits as well, not making other people our projects. What you can't control is Thanatos here, and yeah, you can't control the the changes that other people go through, and you can't control how other people decides to leave a conflict behind, the way that they view it, the way that they, whatever mindset they take with them. You can't really control it. Alright. And you also can't control the way other people manifest new beginnings coming their way. You can't be strong for someone else. Well, you can't be strong for someone else by being strong within yourself, but I keep getting that this is something to do with the limit that you set, or we set upon ourselves, the way that we help other people. Right. And where's the situation going? I mean, that's the interesting part. We have the Lovers in the reverse, the Four Wands, and then we have Two of Cups as the most likely outcome here. So the place where this situation is going is not the best place here. Let's see. We have a return to familiar energies. We are starting with that in the beginning of the reading, and you're going on that. You're coming aligned with your path here. Let's see. Yeah. Somewhere in this reading is a chaser. So, and that could be a past energy. I will look. No, I don't want to look into that. But I'm getting the chasing energy. The chasing is someone who's desperate. A chaser is desperate, and they will seek to control the situation because they want what they want. They are selfish. Personal opinion, of course. See here. The promise. This is destined, almost. There's a promise. Just being. This is like a destined lesson, I will say. Someone here is destined to go home into an energy. It could have to be to do with face or sibling, or it could have to do with this situation where we have a strong soulmate bond, but it is just not aligned. It's not aligned, and we can't force it. And that's where I get the chasing energy here. Someone here could start chasing. I am seeing two people ending up together, but what's underneath the entire thing here is actually something that should be destroyed. So Earth magic. This is about how you get something started. I will read this one to you in a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna read it now. I'm gonna go back into that Two of Cups in a minute, but I just want to read this one. It's the advice. Earth magic speaks to the intrinsic relationships that you and all living things have with the consciousness of the earth, also known as Gaia. Imagine the oak tree that begins its journey as an acorn, gathering the life force energy it needs from the earth, so it can sprout up from the ground. Because you are part of nature, you follow the same cycle of manifestation. Everything you are, your evolution and the successful manifestation of your dreams begin below the surface of consciousness until an idea comes, conviction takes hold, and something meaningful can be planted. Be still for a moment. Quiet your thoughts and imagine anchoring your energy to the sacred quality of being part of this living earth. Do this mindfully to connect to this divine intelligence with the power to create the perfect form from existence from a tiny spark of life. Alright, let's see. The message now is to trust that the seeds you planted in your field of dreams are in good hands. The earth is a conscious, divine source. This is too much slow down, take in the beauty of your life now, and trust that you are in what you are intending is being nourished and growing. Right? It was too. This was the first thing I got here is a little bit. This is too. It's too diffuse. It's too abstract. It's too hallelujah. And that's what I'm. I keep getting that may be a trap. Right? It's like a two set of mindset to go into. One being too far out there. Meaning, I'm gonna piss someone off here, but it's too Hare Krishna, drinking tea, manifesting by drinking a certain herbal tree, and then you manifest happiness, as opposed to putting in the work, doing whatever you need to do to stay calm, to liberate your mind, but also putting in the work and then be patient, right? And let's say you want to manifest let's say you want to manifest a particular person into your life, and you're drinking tea for them to work on themselves to get them back to you, or you drink tea in order to just connect to yourself and find your peace, your calm, figure out what the hell you want. Let them do whatever they need to do, because if they're not there with you, then they're not really valuable, honestly. Sorry. But you know, figure out what you want, and then maybe one day things could work out, or maybe someone else will come here, because I am actually seeing this is it's like this promise. What is it? There's something here that's weird to me, because it's I hate when I get these energies. Look out for people promoting toxic relationships. I'm just saying, through spirituality, using spirituality as an excuse to promote something that's actually emotional abusive. Can I get something else? Because then what you can control here is, yeah, it's yourself. And for some of you, I get that this is, I can't really say anything here, because it's almost like this, someone here needs to go through this themselves. What else do we have? Alright, there's a difference between chasing and then planting the seeds, and then putting in the work and have it nourish. Alright, this is about, you know, the energy, overall energy is about you coming into your aligned with where you're supposed to go. And I do see that. I do see that you're moving forward, but there may be some disappointments along the way here, right? Especially look out for some sort of a partnership that you may have with you here. It's almost like an arranged marriage. Why is that there? Yeah. Be mindful also, by the way, how you decide to look at it. For some of you, if you are not in a toxic connection here, you're actually moving into something that could be all right. But here you gotta look out for your you gotta be careful here that you have not become too independent, actually. This is so weird. These readings sometimes happen where they jump, like in time frames. It's like I'm seeing the consequences of having been in a heavy situation. Let's call it like that. There are then certain directions you can go. You learn to you accept it and you grow from it in ways where you are still open. But if you are really, really wounded, you see pain everywhere, right? That is the balancing act. That's why if these energies really are like what I'm picking up on, that's why it takes quite some time to heal from a very, very toxic connection. Because you gotta come out on the other side as capable of still being open in your heart. Right? This took a turn. Alright, I'm gonna try do another one. To see what else pops up, because this took a turn. This took a turn. Alright, I hope any of you got something from it. I will see you next time. Take care. Ciao.